Welcome to COAS 100, the freshman seminar course for the Integrative Studies Associates program and all freshman online START programs. I'm Dr. Pavletic, and you have gotten my first announcement, which brought you to Canvas. Before I jump into the Canvas shell for this course, I want to take a moment to touch on some Canvas basics. So the first thing is that sometimes when you first jump into Canvas, you might end up in what's called the list view. And you'll notice that essentially it's just telling you what you have to do. And this can be very detrimental, a very bad thing in terms of actually keeping up with your coursework, because some of your classes might not have dedicated dates or times or things of that nature, which means you might miss out on important information. So I recommend that you go up to the three dots in the upper right-hand corner, click on that, and go to Card View. So you'll see on the right-hand side that you do have a to-do list going on, but all of your courses, the ones that have been published, are listed right here. So you can go into them and see the full information for a course and not just, little bits and pieces through that list view. The other thing that I want to take a moment to point out are some of the ways that you can customize how you receive information from Canvas. So if you go into your account and you go down to settings, this is where you're going to be able to go in and you can add contact methods. So you can put in your Ferris email, you can put in a personal email, whatever you know you're going to check on a regular basis. I strongly recommend that you're checking your Ferris email at least twice a day in order to make sure you're not missing important information. But you can also put in an alternate one if you want to send your Canvas stuff someplace else and not have your Ferris one where you may or may not check regularly. You can also put in cell phone number if you would like to receive information via text message. Now, in terms of receiving information, if you go up to notifications, you're going to be able to select what information you're getting notifications about. Announcements, definitely something you want to make sure you're getting through whatever method you check on a regular basis, because that's where you're probably going to get most of the important information, from your different classes. In terms of, when you're getting grades, this is something that's top priority for students. You can indicate where you're going to get announcements for, or notifications for different pieces of information. So I would recommend going through here and checking or unchecking things as it works best for you. And it might also help you, from getting, just swamped with information. Okay, so going back into our actual Canvas site, if it would load. So I'm going to turn on the student view so you're not seeing all the additional instructor things. So when you got the announcement, it brought you to this page right here, where we saw this blue Let's Get Started button to go to a welcome page and this video. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. As I mentioned, I'm Dr. Pavletic. I've been teaching at Ferris for 7 years. I got my bachelor's degree in English from the University of Wisconsin-Parkside, my master's degree in English with a focus on British literature from Marquette University, and my PhD from Auburn University down in Alabama with a focus on drama and rhetoric and composition. And I'm sure as soon as I started talking about my degrees, you probably got a glassy-eyed look in your eyes. I am the program coordinator at Ferris for not just the Integrative Studies Associates program, but also the English BA, if all of those degrees associated with English didn't tip you off to begin with. Now, the information that is provided in this video and below in the text is meant to help you navigate Canvas more easily and hopefully be more successful in this class. The text below does add additional information, so make sure you not only watch this video all the way to the end, but you also read the text closely. All right, so on to some basics. If we go back to the home page, you'll notice that there's a link right here you can use to schedule an appointment during my office hours. We also have a link to the course syllabus as well as to the course calendar. Now, because I'm in the student view, if I click on them, the system is going to laugh at me because I'm not really a student. But when you click on them, they will bring you to the syllabus, as well as to the course calendar. Now you'll notice that we also have links to different modules, basic information, another place where you can sign up for conferences during my office hours or for mandatory conferences. Here's where you're going to find information on the journal assignment and the submission links, the major and reflective assignment, as well as some tutorials. Another way that you can access this information is just to go straight here on the left-hand side and click on modules. Now, if seeing a list of information can be overwhelming, you can go ahead and collapse it so all you see are the different categories. Underneath basic information, again, calendar, syllabus, you do have a syllabus quiz due by the end of the week. That's linked here. We are using a program called Smarter Measure, which will be part of some of our journal entries that you need to take by the end of the week. We also have this area here for technology, bolts, and nuts. This is very important. It gives you some really good tips. One is in terms of browsers, it is strongly recommended that you use either Chrome or Firefox, as Safari and Edge or Explorer are proprietary, and they often will throw up glitches and problems when you try to use things, especially things with MyFSU, not just with Canvas in general. So if you don't already use Chrome or Firefox, I would recommend them. And there's information on how to download those here. As a Ferris student, you have access to Microsoft Office, the full version, which you can download directly through your MyFSU, and there are links to instructions here. The one thing though is that if you do use or have a Chromebook, unfortunately you won't be able to take advantage of this. And there's also information about the use of Canvas notifications that you can read right there. If we go back to the modules, we also have right here those conference links. This is one for during my office hours. We do have a series of mandatory conferences, and to sign up for those, rather than using my booking system, you will actually use this sign-up sheet. So you'll find the time that you want, you will click on that box, then right-click, insert a comment, and then type in your first and last name. And then I will go back through and I will copy and paste your name into that spot. The reason that I use this is because it keeps students from stealing each other's time slots, because you're not able to edit this document, you can only comment on it, and those comments have specific times, and so I'll know when a student signed up for a particular area. We will be using Zoom for those mandatory conferences, and you'll use this link over here, which has a dedicated Zoom room. When it comes to any conferences during my office hours, when you click on something through this link, it takes you to a booking page, and then there is a personal Zoom link that you will get through an email confirmation. So just kind of keep in mind that there are two different Zoom rooms that we will be using when it comes to different meetings. Here we have the directions and then the journal entry submissions here. And then we have that same thing for the major assignments. I do also want to point out the tutorials area, more information on that Microsoft Office, connecting Office and Canvas, Canvas submissions, and then a variety of different tutorials that you might find helpful, if not for this class, potentially for other classes. Now you will want to make sure that you read the syllabus and look at the calendar as soon as possible, that you take that syllabus quiz by the end of the week, and that you also go through that Smarter Measure. Now, I will be using announcements in a couple of different ways. The first is that generally I will send an announcement each week, usually on a Saturday or Sunday, giving you a heads up in terms of what's happening the next week. You will also see that information on the calendar, as well as, for the most part, your to-do list. I will also use announcements to give you helpful reminders or tips. So if I notice that there's a problem, maybe if one of you asked a question that had some, a really good question that I thought your classmates might benefit from, then I'll share that information just in case, somebody's having the same problem, it just hasn't had a chance to contact me yet. Now, hopefully this video has given you a really quick rundown on how to navigate Canvas for our class in order to make things a little bit more smooth as the semester's getting started. And I would like to end this video by just mentioning the fact that, I am here to help you. So if you would like to, send me an email with questions, You can, if you would like to set up a time to talk, because that's easier, you can do that through this link. But if you have a quick question, you can also send me a text message, and that number is here. And I will also provide this information at the end of each announcement that I send you as a reminder that I am here to help you. So I hope that our next, or I should say our first meeting goes well. I look forward to getting to know you as the semester progresses. And if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out so that way we can find answers and or solutions as necessary to make sure that this semester is as successful as possible. Take care, and I look forward to meeting you.